Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 7 of our Zhatan the Black Realm of Souls campaign. In today's episode, we're going to pick things up where we left off. Zhatan and Droztek are recovering from their battle. Zhatan didn't actually get into one, but Droztek did lots of fighting, and so he is now riding upon a magnificent Bale Taurus. We've recruited up, or at least combined some of the laborers to give him the blunderbuss units, the Granite Guard here for the next battle when we need them. Our first thing we're going to go ahead and actually build here is going to be a gem refinery over in the World's Edge Mountains for the extreme increase to our income. It'll just drop our raw materials per turn by 225, which is no problem at all. 4 turns in, we'll have a lovely new gem refactory here, or we can go ahead and just build this right away, which I think we shall. Profit. We even have enough labor to go ahead and send them back to Zharr-Naggrund for 10 more Conclave influence, which we're also going to go ahead and do. And then, instead of going ahead and telling him he is trespassing, pay him for military access? Ugh. Why trespass? Why not just ask me for the, because they take what they want, they're going to charge on through and do what they're going to be doing. That's fine either way. We have a couple more upgrades I think we can pass out to the towns before we end the turn. We're about to need a lot of labor for our marble quarry, so we're not going to do any spending of it just yet, although I'd really like to get the next tier of gold building in sooner rather than later. In fact, let's be a little bit aggressive with it. We'll go ahead and use the labor here, and then we'll start gathering some more from the nearby areas in battle. In fact, we could send some over here from the Tower of Grief, which we'll need 300 of next turn. Let's come on into this lovely labor economy screen. We'll grab the ones that are in the Wolflands. We'll drop this down by 200, and then we will send them up to the Howling Wastes. And accept. Get them on the trains. That works for me, and then we'll go ahead and give even more gold here to our locked stores. Just keep our income as high as we can, because we're about to add in some more elite units here in Zhatan's army. Probably overhaul Droztek's group as well, so that all these laborers are gone and we have some more cutthroats. And then we can start trading off Gordas and the Infernal Castellans. Should be good business. We've got a lot of armaments sitting there, and we're going to go ahead and keep building them up just for the moment. We'll start increasing the capacities in just a second. What we want to do first, though, is get, we're at the Gates of Zharr, the next upgrade to the Ironworks, which is going to cost 615 armaments, which is a lot. This portion of the building I don't care about so much is the next one, which is going to cost a whole 2,000 armaments to get up to our Skullcracker, which is going to be a hefty sum. Let's swing on down before we end our turn. I do know we have some friends we can make in Village.
Oh, it's you. It's you. Good. Go on.
That's not suspicious at all. How much would I have to pay you for trade? 600? I'm actually willing to do that.
Hachette gets what he wants.
For now.
Now.
I don't trust you at all, but we will take the trade and the non-aggression. I wouldn't mind grabbing some lovely Warp Flame style units for the future. I don't think there's any more gold we can spend on our lands, which is just fine. We can come on into Droztek here and then give him a Granite Guard. Just enough gold. Perfect. Alright, the Ceaseless March has been researched. The pace is punishing with no breaks and no slowing down. March or die. And it looks like Dwinbar has retreated up into the mountains to recruit more after we bring down the mountain. Interesting decision. See how it pays off for you. We'll go ahead and grab the dodge and mobility there to give them even more melee defense and missile resistance. It's going to be very useful against fighting the Dawi, outperforming them in a battle of attrition. We'll move on in. This will be an easy auto-resolve, so we will take it. None of our own are slain. And I think we go ahead and sack the settlement first. Just because we can. Because 800 labor. We are on the despoiling path now. Getting a Tormentor Sword as well. Not bad. Let's move on here and claim this. I think we'll grab a new factory. We've got a lot of outposts. Our first factory down here in the Karak-Azul lands. Winds of Pain, the world yields to those who master the winds of magic. Great bolts from the heavens scour souls from bodies, whilst raging torrents of fire rend the very flesh from bone. Magic can rip enemies into a dozen pieces or leaving nothing but a ugly bloodstain where once they stood. Power granted by the Cataclysm many eons ago can be harnessed to now bring ruin and destruction upon our enemies. There's blood all over this. All those who feel the pull of the magic feel it grow as the world festers under Chaos's ruinous gaze. Their need to ravage grows stronger and stronger by the hour. Now, so all of our mages are going crazy. Awesome. We gain a new magical item as well. It's not going to show us, of course, until we go see what we gain. Most likely the obsidian lodestone there. And not a bad odd item, but not what I'm really looking for either. Alright, Bithuk. Let's go ahead and give you, I think, the final point into scouting so we can make sure we're grabbing some really good items. Or we could go up here to careful casting. Sorcerer's Curse just gives him more resistance, up to 20% more. Or cooldown and wins and magic cost. I think careful casting sounds better. We could turn him into stone, but doesn't seem very useful. We would be... Oh, someone kicked up their car outside. I'll be right back in a second. And the joys of apartment living. I think they sat there and idled for a good 5 minutes. Where were we? Right then, we have some new technology to pass on out. We could go for the reduced rations already, which would spend a lot of our armaments here, but these are some really good items. Total War. Maximum active Hellforge Forgecraft options, +2. Oh, that's pretty awesome. You can stack up even more buffs. Hit points for all characters, weapons ring for all characters, and then ward save for all characters. Yeah, these are incredible. Let's go for the reduced rations there for that upkeep reduction for everyone. Gonna drain our armaments quite a bit, but it's entirely fine. We'll take the slight setback. Draws tech. Let's get you moving forward ever so slightly there. Yeah, Fergal is not much of a threat. Let's jump into in-camp stance to get maximum replenishment in just one more turn there, and we can start you moving on in. Either an attack or just a raid. Tribute Shrine for a little bit more income, but I think we're doing alright for income just for now. We could always have more, but there are other places to pass out our raw materials. Would it be a good idea to add the extra mine shaft in here? We'd increase our workload requirement by another 100. I think we save there. Take a quick look at our province page. World's Edge Mountain's looking good. If anything, we are kind of in saving mode. Can't really spend a lot of construction wool. Let's see, 240. We need 650 to upkeep the marble quarry here. This will drop us down to 700 total. So you know what? Let's go ahead and rush this construction. Yeah, 704. We have more than enough to keep the workload going, and we'll have a lot more raw materials coming on in as well. 2005. Perfect. Awesome. So Mount Grimfang, we're going to keep the gunsmith working down here as well. We'll probably throw in another gold banner. Sounds good. Alright, Zhatan. Nothing I want to remove from your army just yet, but these Infernal Ironsworn are going to be amazing. Well, I'm amazing. Yeah, we're going to keep saving our other resources here. Claimed some territory in the Silver Road. We can start accepting labor here as well. I think we won't just yet. We'll keep it going to the other settlements that are actually using it. World's Edge Mountains don't have anything coming in, so let's go ahead and pass in some more Conclave influence. It looks good. Over here at the Blasted Waste, let's just check real quick. Yeah, let's go ahead and send some more sacrifices to Zharr-Naggrund here as well. And then we save our raw materials. We have an outpost we could upgrade. What does this do? Selection of global recruitment options. Oh, actually, that's a good idea. Now that our outpost is in. Draws Tech, would you like a proper upgrade? Yeah, we can afford laborers. But later on, we can get some better items here. It looks like they benefit from our Hellforge as well. That's awesome. Because normally, this is not how that works at all. Okay, Fireborn. You can have one. And is this going off of our unit capacity as well? Actually, looks like it is. So you do still have your own capacity to worry about while using, at least I think, So we can have one of these. Huh. Interesting. Well, for now, I'm not going to spend any of our allegiance points on laborers. We'll go ahead and actually end the turn. Alright, an army may march on its stomach, but hungry troops fight with a greater urgency and brutality on the battlefield. Reduced rations has finished. Let's go ahead and grab the chemical remedies as well for extra replenishment rate. Actually, moving on up to extra ammo for all armies as well. Alright. Looks like they fled, so I'm going to move on in and attack Nashrak's lair. Very brave of you, Fergal. Lots of dwarfs there, but most of them have fled. Go ahead and pass out the Eye of a Shoot over to base weapon damage and armor piercing. Yeah, let's give it to Droztek on his Flaming Bull. And I think we unfortunately have another auto-resolve. Not enough dwarfs there to warrant an actual battle. We will stack the settlement first. In fact, we'll probably just sack it and move back. And just do some raiding. Yeah, if you guys want to come over and fight me off, fair business. But if you don't, we're going to keep stealing your things. Let's go ahead and give you the Inspiring Presence. That passive income to their experience. We'll give you the Molten Core to enable your Sundering attacks, which is going to be incredible against the Dawi Lords. And then we'll also have one... Do we have 2 snipers? Is that what we go for here? The guard snipers? In fact, let's do it. Let's do it. Alright, the Furnace Blast Gem. Give it to KAZADOR'S here. And a Lodestone as well. Go ahead and combine these 2 potions together, see what we get. A Trickster Shard. Which, not a bad item there. Potion of Healing might be a good one, too, for the other. Do you have any other ancillaries to give out? Sorcerer Priest? Might as well. Alright. Other Castellan. We give you... He's got the Ring of Thorns. Seems pretty good. Droztek has the Power Stone, which I think is better than... Now, the Forbidden Rod, I think, gives you more reserves. Yeah, 0.2 instead of 0.1. You have to hurt yourself to use it, so... See about combining these 2 up to a blue tier item. Furnace Blast Gem. Alright, well, in that case, let's give that to you. Won't worry about the Ring of Thorns. We'll have a whole bunch of bound spells. Then we'll go for the Ring of Thorns over on Pithuk. There we go. Sweet. And actually, since Pithuk's on the Lamasu, lots of shuffling around here this turn. Since you were currently on a Lamasu, let's put Zhatan on the Great Taurus. Check and see how it affects his skills. Gives him armor piercing damage back. Maybe, yeah, he has armor piercing either way, though. Just gives him more armor piercing. Gives him more charge bonus and a little bit less speed. The Lamasu's a little bit faster. And the Great Taurus apparently doesn't defend itself near as well. Oh, fine. Lamasu it is. He also has the bound spells attached to it. Alright. Well, we're going to definitely fight Finny Hammerfist no matter what here. Don't run. Oh, he ran too far away. That's not fun at all. Make sure he can't reach Mount Grimfang. There we go. Perfect. He could jump in the underway stance, but I'm not so worried about that. Let's go ahead and upgrade the factory here. Very slow there because I'm not sure. Over at the Silver Pinnacle. Let's go for the upgraded Tower Roads there. Keep our infrastructure real strong. And we may go for the Iron level. Just so that's finished. Dragonmoor and the Howling Rock neither have anything real impressive, so I'm not excited to take them up to tier 3 just yet. Howling Waste was a much better overall province. Making us a lot of raw materials. Also upgrade the Tower of Grief and get it some walls so it's better defended. Looks like Astrogoth, or I guess Andrazoth's also going to go ahead and do some trespassing. What is you guys' problem? You're trying to start civil wars. How can you serve the Black Fortress? How can you get off my land? Go fight the ogres. What's wrong with you? We'll this trespassing. Yeah, let's grab the iron level. Get the Infernal Iron Sword ready for when we need them. And I kind of want to grab the Tribute Shrine, too. Don't need the gold yet, though. And we can actually grab ourselves another army, probably. Start them in over here at the Silver Pinnacle, mostly with laborers. We can't this turn just because we don't have the gold, but I'm happy to grab another army. Save on our raw materials and such. We can grab one of these lesser Zharr points here, the Warmonger seat. Don't like that so much. I want to finish up these tier 2 districts so we can start federating as soon as possible. We are nearing the top of the tower. I think Astrogoth is going to be the first one we grab. Because at this point, Drazhoath should be really focused on everything down here in the south. He might start up the fights with the Cathayans too, so here's hoping. Zoom right back in here, take a quick look at our labor economy. See where we can pass anyone out to Zharr-Naggrund. We can afford it at the Blasted Waste as well. And we'll go ahead and end the turn. Mystery Meat. In a drive to improve combat stamina across your armed forces, the High Quartermaster has been experimenting with a new ration combinations. His latest concoction is a bowel-addled patty of horse flesh, pickled fish, and a forest spider spinnerets, served between toasted discs of sweetened bread. What is wrong with you? They haven't a clue what they're eating, but the troops can't get enough. Army replenishment is up, and due to frequent toilet stops, movement range is down. Excuse me. Giving everyone the runs. We need to fight. Yeah, we literally can't move because we've got the runs. All right, then. Well, we can jump over an underway stance, which is a bit cheating, but I'm happy to do it. I don't know where Karak-Azul went, which is my only kind of concern. I'm not... Anyone who wants to fight Zhatan in the underway can happily do so. Let's jump over to Mount Gunbad. We'll be a bit aggressive. Cut off any reinforcements. They're probably in ambush, like right here. We're going to move to attack the Grimfang. I don't want to stop the upgrade of the factory. Luckily, it's not with gold, so I'm not that upset if we lose it. For draws tech, might as well send you back in to attack Nashrak's lair. We'll auto-resolve once more here. And then now we'll go ahead and occupy this as another outpost. Take some land. I don't know that we want the Hobgoblin mustering camp, but actually we can grab some cutthroats. So take it back right away. And let's get rid of some of these laborers here. We'll combine them. Not what I really wanted, but oh well. We'll kick these guys out. Recruit on in some cutthroats. You know what? Let's get rid of these other laborers as well and grab one more unit of throats. The murder throats. Alright, Silver Pinnacle. How much do we need to get you up to a gun turret? 3,000. We don't really need to get you up to a gun turret just yet, honestly. Tower of Gorgoth could go up to turrets, though. And this settlement, however, I do care about, so we will upgrade the Tower of Gorgoth. We can start usurping seats as well. I mean, I'm very tempted. If anyone steals my Machinator, they're going to get kneecapped. No, we just keep saving. Better to climb the tower. Better to climb the tower. Alright then, that's going to be another turn. We'll take a fast look at our diplomacy. Legion of Asgore, yes. Take the military access now, and you're going to give me all the gold for it. Fine.
Mistress of Skulls.
After you already trespassed and were willing to give me a agreement. Oh, goofy. That's fine. That keeps Drazhoath off our back and stops all of the penalties for his trespassing. Grab a convoy. These guys are coming back in a turn. Never mind. We should have done that way sooner. Efficiency, lads. We are maximizing it at almost 0. We could rush this one to get some more armaments up and running. No real reason, though. Turn is a turn. Save a little bit of gold then, and end the turn. How many times we can say it? The Broken Wheel faction has been destroyed. This is the way for the weak. Alright, Draws Tech, you are still upgrading or throwing in some Hobgoblin recruits. Let's kick them out just for now. Let's chase down Biranoth up here. But hello there, Mr. Helheim. You didn't think we'd let you do that, did you? Oh, you can actually continue to do so then. We can't quite reach you. Lucky day. You shouldn't be able to get it past him into Nashrak's lair, so I'm not worried. Zhatan? Must fight. Even though our guts are mad at us. Not a single good fight we're having so far. But let's go ahead and throw ourselves at the enemy, get some target practice in, and see our Bolstentar renders in combat. Sorry, Karakazul. Target practice. Alright, let's start our deployment. We'll have only the important lads doing the fighting, so let's grab the spicy gits and all the hobgoblins. We'll throw them off on the side here. Grab 2 of them up front. Just kind of keep this group as compact as we can. We'll have all of the warriors in the center. Or not. We'll have all the warriors in the center, I said. There we go. The raiders and the renders on this side. We'll have the Great Taurus flying over the top. Death Shriek and the Magma Cannon off on the side here. We have them as far up as we really want. Put them behind the Hobgoblins, though, for that one. Gordo's defending you guys. Fertile Guard in behind. Pull the Blunderbusses up front. Although they do have the Quarrel team, so we'll want to keep them back just a little bit. Maybe off on the side. Demon Engine over here as well. Alright. Droth Zharr. Cavalry-esque individuals. Our artillery teams. And the single entities. Alright. Let's get this battle started. Let's have the Death Shriek focus fire down these Quarrelers. You focus down the other Quarrelers. Demon Engine, just kind of scoot yourself forward. Blunderbusses also, move yourselves up. Hobgoblin Raiders up the side. Gore does go find some Quarrelers, give him a hug. You two as well. Deal with those Quarrelers. Everyone else is a wash. Miners with blasting charges, that'll be your target. Bring you guys all in together. Demon Train, start firing on the Quarrelers there. I said start firing on the Quarrelers there. They're going to start firing back. Dodge pretty well. Shots in where you can. Grab the Armor of Contempt for you guys over here. Quarrelers don't actually have a lot of armor piercing. A little bit of Shadow and Flame. A little bit of Burning Head. No one's move. Shotguns tear apart those miners. Let's have you guys go ahead and charge into combat. Miners slaughtered. They're gonna turn and run. They are terrified for sure. Other miners with blasting charges, get away from there now. Go ahead and charge into these blasting charge miners quickly. I don't mind them going on the train at all. Perfectly acceptable. That damage can be healed by our Demon Smith here. Go ahead and heal Thomas the Pain Train. You keep chasing these fools off. You do the same. We pretty well have these guys wrapped up. Gordo's, come on over and jump these Dwarf Warriors. We're getting destroyed. Send the Doom Train through so it's not getting torn up by its own units quite as much. Pull on through. That's a victory. I'm going to keep healing up the lad with the Engineer there, but that is a quick and decisive win. And we didn't really get to see the renders in action there, but they did do some work hunting down some fools, filling their bellies with some flesh. Old man meat. We'll go ahead and move past that and sack Mount Gunbad here. I think we'll go ahead and sack it at least. Not getting that much gold. But it would be wrong not to disrespect Karakazul. Right in. Sack the settlement, gaining a giant blade in the process. Not bad. We'll turn back around and further the fires of industry. I think we'll go for an outpost here. Gonna find our way over to the Pillars of Grungni. Where are they hiding? Down here in the south? Fine by me. Zhatan has become an assault expert because of course he has. Go ahead and repair. Let's start accepting new labor in this area as well. And we will go ahead and... don't really need the garrison outpost because of how eternal that settlement is. The mountain settlements are actually pretty safe just because of the way the mountains are. Let's go for a... not a strip mine there because we don't have the labor. We'll go for a money pit for now. We can move that as needed. Ashrax layer we can upgrade. No, that's a new gain, so we won't. I will, however, use our armaments to claim the Grand Manufactory, though. Spin those on up. Got a lot coming in now. We can keep that increasing each and every turn. The snowball will form. We got 5,000 gold. Let's go ahead and start sending these guys on out. First, Gutrex. Add you to the convoy. We'll not send you anywhere that is asking for armaments. We'll maximize whatever we're sending out. The gold, at least. We can get as much as we want. Perfect, 1,300. That would give us at least a small grip of raw materials. We can get 900 labor there, 10 or 1,000 from there. Yeah, let's swing on up to the Palace of Ruin. Grab a lot of labor. Smash them on out. We'll grab Thyscus as well. Add him on in. And we'll go for labor as well. So it's like Silver Tower. Oh, hang on now. That wasn't what I wanted to do. New convoy. Thyscus. Add the master. And then we'll come on over to where they want gold for labor. Grungzint will give me 302. And Silver Tower gives us a lot more. So we'll go for the Silver Tower of Sorcerers. And max out the gold we're sending. Convoys away. Perfect. Those lads moving. Hopefully they get into lots of fights on their way on over. But they never seem to anymore. Labor economy is looking very nice. Don't really want to spin it anywhere except for in the Wolflands. I think we'll send some guys back to Zharr-Naggrund. Let's just quickly take a look at the Wolflands. Yeah, perfectly fine as you ship these guys on back. And then we'll go ahead and save some gold. Gold and raw materials both. We'll work on getting the Gates of Zharr up to its final tier. We should have more than enough raw materials for that next turn. Zhatan will give you your boundless cruelty to scare guys off even faster. Fighting chaff armies will be even easier. Alright then. I guess before we end the turn, we'll take one final look at diplomacy. Eraka Zorn wants a non-aggression. Why? That's kind of funny. Why? I don't even know why. Is it just because they're that fearful? They're probably on the verge of being wiped out. That's amusing. No, we will not be giving you any help, untainted cousins. Ooh, the guide. The guide has tracked down our convoy, offering to lead the way to our destination in exchange for a reasonable donation to his pockets. His price is frankly extortionate. Yeah. I think we'll spend the 500. No problem. Shorten the trip a little bit there. Zhatan, let's keep you moving. We'll definitely want to get another army up and running to keep everything safe, although our Chaos Dwarfs are doing a pretty good job of holding all of the enemies at bay. Zhatan has a pretty comfy spot there in the center. We jump on through further. Now let's go into march stance and sprint down. We do have to keep in mind that there was an enemy army over here that disappeared. I don't really know where they went at all. They could be anywhere in the area, possibly hoping to move in and attack home base a bit. So let's keep a new lord recruited up in here. Selfish or greedy. So I'm going to keep him as a defender. I think selfish is going to be a good one for extra gold. Recruitment cost is nice too. Ooh, exiled gives us more research. Exiled it is. Metal Sisythus? Sisythus. Underskull. Welcome. Your name is really tough to say. We'll go ahead and give you a couple of laborers and then some cutthroats with arrows. Cutthroats with arrows. Gates of Zharr, we can easily upgrade the Tower of Ashut here, which is going to give us a lot of conclave influence, as well as some more replenishment rate for all armies. All armies. That's awesome. Sweet. Get that going. We need more labor, though. That's what we're on next. Into the Tower of Zharr. I think our job is to not become a trafficker. Let's go ahead and grab the conscriptor here. Plus 1 capacity every 4 turns for a randomly chosen melee or missile infantry unit. That sounds nice, although I don't know if we lose these unit capacity when we lose the seat. I guess we'll find out. Full science. Punch my microphone. Hopefully that didn't pick up too much there. If it did, I'm so sorry, lads. I don't see any enemies here, but that could change. Let's march. Be a little bit aggressive. Bring it on. Dawi. Ungram Iron Fist is back. Hopefully we can just finish him off in a single auto-resolve here. Get moving. Get these Slayers out of my sight. Get these Slayers out of my sight. We will transport them back. Get to making some ground. We need to raid Zufbar here, which seems to be taking over lots of lands that belonged previously to KAZADOR'S. Do we have the movement to raid Zufbar? Just barely, we do. Cool. That'll complete that mission there. Give him now the Voice of Hashut. Flesh Sacrifice, which Perfect Vigor and Unbreakable, which is alright. Or Thirst for Magic. Plus 3 to our Winds of Magic per turn, plus 10% magical item drop chance, and then 10% decreased while our spell casting. I think we go for the Voice of Hashut, extra replenishment and vigor loss. That sounds amazing. Keep the lads fighting for a lot longer. And then we will go ahead and grab his evasion, working towards the Flames of Asgore, which is quickly becoming the my favorite spell. Go ahead and give you some piercing shots there, although the increased mobility would be very nice. We don't need it this turn, so let's leave that on off, and we'll grab the stabilized bipod for you as well. Get your sniper fire working. That's all we need to upgrade the Sorcerer Prophet of metal as well. I will give you the Inspiring Presence and Route Marcher. You can move around a little quicker in our own lands. Awesome. We made quite a bit of ground here. Won't do any upgrading to Mount Gunbad. Quick look at our provinces. We've got a lot of gold coming in. We could probably increase that by upgrading Mount Gunbad here, so let's go ahead and jump in the Overseer's camp as well. Sweet. Need some more gold for our hunting Karak-Azul down here in the south. There's KAZADOR. Mission successful, requested rating. 1300 treasury and more diplomatic relations with the disciples of Hashut. Such is the way. We also finished our technology too, so even more casualty replenishment rate. Very, very unnatural remedies to heal battle wounds swiftly and cleanly. Sure, warriors can return to the front in peak condition as soon as is dwarfly possible. 5% more replenishment rate. Sounds awesome. We added the Yusuk as well. Plus 1 capacity for Chaos Dwarf warriors. Fair enough. Alright, KAZADOR. Let's say you and I have ourselves a proper battle. Can I reach you? Oh, I can. Before we kick that off, make sure we've got everything else sorted. We can declare war on Zufbar. They're not all that concerning to me, although the fact that Gloomba has come on back down means that they're fleeing from something. Most likely up at KAZADOR'S up there. But if we can attack Karak-Raziak and get them concerned, I think we will. So let's go ahead and ask about joining their war against Zufbar. He says no. He does not want me to join his war against Zufbar. Red Eye is as well. Okay, we'll ask Red Eye then. How much gold you guys got? I will join your war against Zufbar if you give me 400 gold, huh? Okay, never mind. I'm not going to scrape that little amount of gold off of you just to get randomly declared bond by the disciples of Hashut. So, start a war. Call our allies to help. And we'll crush this pitiful garrison here. We we will go ahead and just occupy this right away as another outpost. Draw's tech is indeed audacious. Now we'll have ourselves a proper battle to end the episode. Alright, Zhatan, let's get him. Prepare thyself, KAZADOR. Oh, okay. Or he's going to run. Very brave. Okay, well then we're going to go for the factory guardhouse then. Keep the crookback orcs off of us. And then upgrade the weapons workshop here as well. Sounds good to me. Just the rest, let's go ahead and move you over to the Desolation of Drakkenmore. Just keep an eye out for Zufbar over by the Silver Pinnacle there. We can give you some more hobgoblins and normal laborers. Okay, so we'll get you up to 4 or 5 archers, because I like having a 2 and 3 layer. And then we'll give you some armor-piercing laborers there. Looks and sounds good to me. 1,400 raw materials is what we've got now. I think we'll go for some more gold. Yeah, so tribute shrine here. That's about all we've got. Pretty nice, though. We have plenty of labor here. We can go ahead and send some of it back to Zharr-Naggrund, ever so slightly. Take a quick look at the rest of our labor and send some more back here at the World's Edge Mountains as well. World's Edge and the Blasted Wastes. We're going to be real aggressive with sending our labor force. Perfect. And with that upgrade to the warriors, we now have the Bound Resilience Demon as well as the Rune of Reflection. Not bad. We may actually want to grab that Rune of Reflection, so we have Charge Reflection for everyone, as long as they're braced. Any charging enemies will just get smashed to pieces. We're getting 252 armaments a turn, so you know what? We'll go ahead and add these guys on in. Let's go for Frenzy and Charge Reflection both. Purchase and upkeep, it'll be 96 a turn, which we can easily afford at the moment. So let's go ahead and make our infantry really deadly, although, you know what? We'll take Frenzy off for now and just put Charge Reflection on. It only costs 48 then. Yes, please. Perfect. Our infantry is now way more deadly. Or at least deadly on the defense. Which is going to work for me just fine. Pass out those unassigned skill points to KAZADOR'S here, and we'll go ahead and grab the Cinder Blast Shell for you as well. That army is looking quite nasty. Karak Raziak will go ahead and throw in the Money Pit here as well. And then we'll end the turn. Hoping to have one more battle here against Karak Azul, but they may just flee on away. Oh, an underway interception. Perfect. Such is the way for Karak Azul, then. Alright, they've got cannons, a bit of grudge throwers, and bolt throwers, so at least they'll put up a bit of a fight. Happy to see it. Gonna give us a close victory with medium casualties. Let's take the fight straight to them. Alright. Start our deployment, and we will start things up pretty quick. Looks like the orcs have ruined this battleground quite a bit. There's a little bit of a dip on either side, so let's go ahead and make sure our artillery teams have really good positions. We'll have the Doom Train on the side here. Rocket and Magma Cannon, which has more range. Looks like the Rocket Knots will kind of pin him up closer to the front of the line there. Range is still 420, which is not bad at all. 450 for the other. Alright, so let's grab the Chaos Dwarf Warriors. Maybe a fight where we send some Hobgoblins up front to take some of the beating of the Dwarf Warriors. Those Grudge Throwers are going to be nasty. And I would prefer we don't take the brunt of that damage. Hobgoblin's also going to move a little bit more quick than the Dwarf Warriors will. Perfect. So the rocket, I'm actually going to put it over on the side a little bit more. The Magma Cannon will go in between these units here. There we go. Let's have the 2 cannons on the side. Defending our flank. Great. And then the Infernal Guard here. The charge reflection isn't going to be that useful against other dwarves, but anything else we're going to be fighting is going to be great. We'll have the Bull Centaur Renders back here. They'll be hopefully smashing through the line and getting in against the enemy artillery team. Same thing with the Great Taurus. You will have Stalk. Not a bad idea to keep you up front and be a bit of a distractor. Alright. Keep you guys back as well because the cannons will do a lot of damage. We'll have cavalry, artillery teams, and then all of the single entities. Sounds good. This battle started. We'll take some damage on the way in. We'll send our lords forward. See if we can get them to actually take the hits for everyone else. Magma Cannon, your target is going to be the cannons there. Meanwhile, you try to go ahead and eliminate the Slayers with that rocket rain. Our other teams pushing them forward as well. Gonna try to take that flank very aggressively. You guys all forward, Doom Train. Hidden units are revealed, so pull you on back. They should start firing rockets and the like at you. Zhatan goes straight after the flyers there. If I can get you around behind, I'm going to. We have to keep an eye out on all the guns, though. Bull Centaurs stay back just far enough. Horus, get up. You can charge into this group here and go through them. That'd be awesome. You guys just go ahead and move up and annihilate these brimstone guns. They're going to start shooting. We're fine with that. Go ahead and make sure they can't leave. Get him, Zhatan. There we go. Give yourself the armor of Gazrak too. Should push these guys through the line and on these grudge throwers. Now let's go ahead and go for a burning head through all of these slayers. They're going to go after Gore does there. Throw it through the entire line if we can. Gore does start scooting. Bull Centaur Renders. Let's get it. Bring you guys up just a little bit there. You guys taking free damage. Piercing bolts of burning. Drop it down there. Go across then. Right over their heads. Drop down the Flaming Shadow on all of these lads that are all clumped up. Or does charge in on the back of those bolt throwers. Pull you away just a little bit there. This is pretty solid damage. Bull Centaur Renders charge in. Keep flapping away. Or does doing his thing. Give yourself some extra abilities. Extra damage where you need it. Slay those bolt throwers quick. Rockets. Let's start pounding away at these dwarf warriors here. Pull you back. Give Zhatan the melee reflection. Go ahead and charge into melee yourself here on these cannons. Everyone in here needs some armor of contempt. And this boy back here needs some stabbing. So says Gore does. You guys come on and help out. Even Train, come on up. Well, we kind of eliminated this with just our artillery teams. Oh, the flamethrowers. Let's start blasting into these dwarf warriors. Stop them cold if you're able there. Doom Train, move up, start firing on this group. These guys need hugs. Help out where you can there. We'll make sure the mage can cast in some more piercing bolts. Pretty good splash area there. Damage in where we can. They're just trying to eliminate our squishy targets now, which is a bold strategy. Blasted by those grudge throwers. They're enough. You have anyone that can actually get into battle with them real quick? Pull the mage away. He is winning, but I don't want to keep him in that fight very long. Drop down the enfeebling foe on someone here. Bull Centaur Rangers, come on back. You go get those cannons. And take you guys out of the group. send in the boys. Hobgoblin's doing a good job there. Everyone pick some new targets. Cannons, move yourselves in. Let's go ahead and pull them up as well. Zhatan, we can go for some more explosions. I do like explosions. Bull Centaurs, pull you guys away. Otherwise, I got them into the fight with the Iron Drakes for a good reason. He does need stabbing. Give it to him. There's the victory. Foolish KAZADOR. The charge of the mighty Bull Centaurs. Look as they gracefully savage their prey. Some huge leaps they've got going there. Well, we're going to hunt down as many of these fools as we can, and I'll catch y'all back at the campaign map. Alright, and a quick decisive win against KAZADOR once more there. Not a bad army he was fielding, but it just wasn't enough. Didn't get some good shots in on the extra pepper cannons there that were, the cannons that were unfortunately getting blasted apart by those grudge throwers, but we didn't do bad. We will go ahead and not conscript anyone, but send them on back to Zharr-Naggrund. Perfect. And Pithuk is now on a Bale Taurus. He hasn't reached final form. And such is the way. We will have Zhatan then grab himself into a camp stance. Just start slow marching on down. They have nothing they can do. The Pillars of Grugni shall soon fall. But for now, I am out of time for today. I have been at Space Wars in Total War. Remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub phone, and I will see you on the next one.